All right, y'all, you hear a lot of people talking about this SLR boost. This is the 3D printed joint. We are going to test it out today on the VAM and see what it does. Let's check it out. All right, y'all, first ride complete with the Selle Italia SLR boost 3D. And I will say this, I'm extremely disappointed in this saddle. Like, really disappointed. Would I recommend it? No. Is it worth the money? No. In my opinion, if you want a saddle that has this type of shape, just get the Samasi joint. Just get the Samasi joint. As far as feel, to me, they feel the same. There's no difference. Is this necessarily a bad saddle? No, I'm not saying it's a bad saddle. But compared to the Samasi saddle, I don't notice a difference. I do not notice a difference. Just get the Samasi saddle, save yourself some money. The difference between this saddle and the Samasi one is the weight. I want to say the Samasi saddle is like 200 grams, and this one came in at like 170. So for 30 grams, I don't think it's worth it. Not at all. Now, aesthetic-wise, they both look good. They look a little bit different in some aspects. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just go inside and I'll show you the exact differences between the two. Yeah. Anyway, let's go inside and check out. All right, y'all. So I got both of these saddles, and this is what I'm talking about. This is the Selle Italia SLR Boost 3D joint, and this is the Samasi saddle. Is this necessarily a bad saddle? If you are looking for the 3D printed technology, then yes. Now hear me when I say this. I done rode a bunch of different 3D printed saddles. If you want the technology, the only people that have it right is Specialized. They are the only people that got the secret sauce when it comes to the 3D printed saddle. Besides that, you are just getting a 3D printed saddle. Specialized has the technology in the saddle, in their 3D print material, that gives you the benefit of having a 3D printed saddle. If it's not a Specialized saddle, they don't have the secret sauce. Everything else is just a 3D printed saddle. All right. That's why I'm upset with Selle Italia and them specifically, because I was expecting some secret sauce to be in this saddle, and it's not. It's just 3D printed. That's the only thing. Now, if you wanted a 3D printed saddle that has this shape, then get the Samasi saddle. The price you pay for this saddle, the shape of it, the aesthetics, the look, and what you get, this is money well spent. This right here, would not recommend it. If you are a fan of the SLR Boost saddle, then just get the regular one. The regular one is a dope saddle. I would highly recommend that. If it works for you, it works. But if you want to get the 3D printed one because you think this is going to be better than the other one, I'm telling you it's not. The only difference is 3D printed. That's the only thing that's different. But as far as this feeling different, it doesn't do that. If you wanted a 3D printed saddle that has this shape, get the Samasi saddle and you'll be fine. They're pretty much the same. And I'm showing you this on camera so you can see them both up close and personal. Now, of these two, I personally prefer the Samasi saddle more. The reason why is, yes, they are both 3D printed, but if you look at the way they are printed, the holes in this one is a lot smaller, and this has a more of a shine to it. If you slide around the saddle a little bit, or you like to move around, this 3D printed saddle is easier to move around on than the Selle Italia. And you can just look at the holes in it. It's a little more grippy. Can you slide? You can, but not as well as the Samasi saddle. On the rails, both carbon rails, 7x9. The bottom, me myself, I personally like the Samasi saddle. Just, it looks better to me. Both of these are the same size. They're both the 145. You can also get the S3 joint. That's a 130, I believe. It's either 130 or 135. The biggest difference between these two saddles is the price and the weight. And to give you some clarification on the weight, I'm going to show you as soon as this thing comes on. The Samasi saddle, very similar to the SLR Boost, carbon rails, everything. It weighs 200 grams. Now, the SLR Boost 3D printed joint, it weighs 172 grams. 28 grams lighter. Is it worth the price? In my opinion, it is not. If you like the shape, and you want the saddle, then just get the regular SLR Boost and you'll be fine. And besides, the regular one weighs way less than this one does, right? But like I said, I'm just very disappointed because I expected this to feel different, and it doesn't. It just feels consistent all the way through. Another thing I did not like about this, the front nose of this is stupid hard. There's no give in this. It doesn't. It's like very on the sides, but in this middle part, it is hard, bro. So if you ever slide towards the front of the saddle for whatever reason, maybe you getting in more aero position or you're doing some climbing, this joint is hard. I did not like the stiffness of the front of this saddle. Did not like it at all. That was extremely surprising. Now, also some of the difference, the SLR joint, the Selle, is a little more flexy, just a slight bit more flexy than the Samasi. The Samasi is a little more firm, but to be honest, to me personally, I prefer the Samasi. You know what I'm saying? I've ridden a bunch of 3D printed saddles. The Physique joints, some other Chinese joints, the Samasi joint, the Selle Italia joint, the Specialized joint, some from AliExpress. If you want a 3D printed saddle and you want the technology, you got to get a Specialized saddle. I'm just telling you. If you don't get a Specialized saddle, then you are just getting a 3D printed saddle. And if you just want a 3D printed saddle, just to say you got one, then cool, get that. And if you want one that's in this shape and you don't care about them extra 20, 30 grams, I'm telling you, just get the Samasi joint. You can get two of them for real, for real. Because like I said, Specialized has the secret sauce, right? And when I'm telling you this, I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. I have the Specialized joints, man. I got the AliExpress version. I got the official Specialized joint. And I have the Roman Evil one as well. And this is the regular one, but I also have the S-Works joint. It's on the Factor. So I'm telling you, and I'll do another video specifically talking about the Specialized saddle and its technology, but I'm just trying to keep this to the SLR Boost. So bottom line up front, I am very disappointed in this. It's just not worth the money, in my opinion. If you like the shape of the SLR Boost, just stick with the SLR Boost. Going from the regular SLR Boost to the 3D printed joint, you're not getting anything special in all of this. You just telling somebody you got a 3D printed saddle. And if you just want a 3D printed saddle that has this shape, just get the Samasi joint, man. Save you some money and you'll be fine. There'll be no other issues with that. But I wanted to put that out there. So if you are liking the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Very much appreciated. We are on the way to 9,000 subscribers. That's all I got for you. It's your boy, Mr. Rob Armstrong. I'm out.
Rob Armstrong.